Hi everybody and welcome to another online cookery video tutorial. Today I've chosen a really nice recipe. It's called Sticky Chinese Chicken Tray Bake. I've chosen this one because it's really popular with all the students when we do it in cookery class together, and it goes down really well with all the houses when they get it in the evening. So it's a lovely, quite a simple recipe, only a few ingredients and very little preparation time. And so let's go through the ingredients. So first of all, you need a pack of chicken thighs. So readily available, and they're quite nice and cheap actually. One of the main sauces is the hoisin sauce. Sesame oil, very important in Chinese cooking. Some lovely runny honey to give it a nice sweet texture. The important spice that we're going to need is a Chinese 5-spice. Again, you can buy it in most supermarkets. A knob of ginger, fresh ginger, garlic, a bunch of spring onions, and some cashew nuts. And that is all the ingredients you need. So then let's have a look at the equipment. Just to say as well, when I do actually the preparation, I'll go into more detail about how much of each of the ingredients. So with our equipment, we're going to need a grater for our ginger, a knife, garlic crusher, some measuring spoons, a bowl to mix our marinade, and a casserole, a dish to be roasting our chicken in the oven. And that's all that you're going to need for ingredients and equipment. Okay, so first things first, you take your chicken thighs out of the packet and just lay them in your dish like so. Then we're going to just slash and score the outside of the skin like so. And what this is actually going to do is when we've made our marinade, it just means it's going to get through and flavour the whole of the chicken underneath. So just a couple of quick scores on the skin, and you can see there it's just open and it will go in. So that's that ready, and then I'm going to go and wash my hands before we go on to preparing the other ingredients. Okay, so now it's on to making the marinade that's going to go over our chicken thighs. So I've got my bowl ready. First ingredient is our hoisin sauce. So we're having 4 tablespoons of the hoisin sauce, if it decides to come out. Oh, it doesn't matter, we can be liberal with our sauce. A little bit extra is just going to give more flavour. So that's 3. There we are, that's 4 of those. But with any of these recipes, if you decide you want a little bit more of the sauce, that's fine, you can go for that. Okay, so the next one is 2 teaspoons of the sesame oil. So I'm going to put that in. This is all some of the lovely Chinese ingredients. There we are, 2 of those. And then 2 tablespoons of the clear honey. So this time I'm going to just use my clear tablespoon, my clean tablespoon I should say. So this is going to give it the lovely sticky sauce, which is in the name, the Sticky Tray Bake. There we are, that's the honey in. And then we're going next onto our really important ingredient, the Chinese 5-spice. Gives it a lovely aniseed, lots of mixtures of flavours in there. So there we are, 1, a little bit less, 1½ teaspoons. And then our ginger, which I've actually already grated. So there we are, that's going to go in. And 2 cloves of garlic, which are all crushed already. It's just the speed I've already prepared, and in it goes. And then we just mix that together. So you can see it's got a lovely thick texture. And that is as simple as it is, just to mix those ingredients. And then all we're going to do now is I'm going to go and retrieve my chicken, which I'll place safely away from the other ingredients. And we're going to just baste that on. So here we are, here's my chicken already slashed on the skin. So I'm just going to literally just pour it over there. Get every bit of chicken covered. There we are, let's get every last little bit up. Now you can either just spread it over your chicken with the back of your spoon, or if you feel a bit fancy, you can get your nice brush over, and that just ensures that every little area of the chicken is getting covered. And you can see there's plenty to go around. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 7 pieces of nice big chicken thighs here. And they're on the bone, which, as we've all sort of discussed before, any of the meat with a bone just gives it a better flavour. So there we are. I have painted and basted all of my chicken with all of the marinade, and that's it done. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to leave this for about 2 hours if you've got time. If you make this first thing in the morning, leave that to marinate for 2 hours and the flavour will really sink in. Okay, so we're going to cover it with cling film and then pop it in the fridge. Okay, so our chicken is marinating nicely in the fridge. I've now washed my hands again. Again, it's a really important thing that you must do when you're preparing and using chicken. So I've done that, and now we're on to working with the cashew nuts. So it talks about in the recipe toasting them. So now the simplest way to do this is I've got my ring on, my hob, and I've just put the cashew nuts in, just dry, into a frying pan, and you just give them a shake around. Can you see them? They're starting to go slightly brown. And this is just how you toast them, and it just gives them a really crunchy, nutty, deeper flavour having them toasted. So I put mine, I started about 4, I've just turned it down, it's getting a little bit hot and smoky. And then this is going to go into our chicken just near the end of the cooking. So while I'm waiting for those, they'll only take another couple of minutes, we go on to our spring onions. Now I've washed these, and really simple to prepare. We just take off these little dead heads at the bottom. You know all about this, topping and tailing it's called, and I'll probably use just up to about there of it. So all we do, I can actually split them into 2. You're just going to chop them, not too small, just a nice size. I've done another, prepared some more in the bowl already. So it's a whole bunch, and you buy them in bunches in the supermarket. So really easy to do, but just make sure they're washed. Bridge again when you're chopping to make sure that you stay safe. It's a really good skill and really good strength in your hands, and good for your fine motor skills. And there we are. That's our spring onions. They're ready. Again, they'll go in at the end of our cooking. Let's see how our cashew nuts are doing. A little bit of smoke there, but I think they're looking pretty good. And that's 50 grams of cashew nuts I've weighed out to put in here. And that's it, so we'll now turn that off. Cashew nuts all toasted, spring onions done. What I'm going to do is now turn my oven on. So when my marinating is nearly done, we're going to put the oven on to 180 degrees to get ready to cook the chicken for when the marinating time is finished. Okay. Okay, so I've just taken the chicken out of the fridge. It's been marinating nicely for the last 2 hours, and we're ready to start the cooking process. So I put my oven on at 180 degrees, so that's all ready to go in. Now, as you can see, it's got the skin side up. That's an important little feature because it'll get nice and crispy. So it's going to go into my oven, 180 degrees, middle shelf, in it goes, no cover on it, and I'm putting it in for 20 minutes. There we go. Okay, so the 20 minutes timer has just gone off, so I'm going to put my oven gloves on, so I don't want to create any burns, and then we're going to just take out the chicken, close that oven door, keeping one of my gloves on. I'm just going to lightly take any of the juices that are running out, and it's called basting. We're just going to lightly, just to separate this. So you can hear all that nice crackling. It's all starting to cook really nicely. So just some of the juices there. A little move around, and then we're going to pop it back into the oven for another 15 minutes. Oven gloves on again, and then just pop my timer on, 15 minutes, and then we're nearly there. Okay, so the 15-minute timer's finished, so now I'm going to just remove the chicken again using my oven gloves. It's looking absolutely delicious. And this time we're going to just stir in, sprinkle in fact, the spring onions and our 50 grams of cashew nuts. I'm just going to give it a quick mix in to get that in, and then it's going to go back into the oven for only about 5 minutes. There we go, back into the oven for 5 minutes. Put my 5-minute timer on. Okay, so the 5 minutes is up. Just going to turn off my oven and take out the beautiful sticky Chinese chicken tray bake. So that's it, guys. Now you can eat this with some rice or just some vegetables, a salad, something like that. So I'd be really interested if you're going to make it. Send me your pictures and have fun making it. And bon appetit. Bye for now.